Hey everybody, Ian here. Welcome back to my channel. I once again made another video, and recently I went on a trip to Maine, Brunswick. It's a little town. It's a little town around near Portland. It's a half an hour drive from Portland. It's a town called Brunswick. Very nice little town, and I had a blast there. And I'm just doing a little vlog on it, and I'll definitely splice in some clips that I took right there, and I think I will do that right now. Hey everybody, I'm here in Brunswick, Maine, and I'm doing some vlogging here for my next video. You'll probably see it in my next, I'm gonna put a clip in there, but it's just telling you a little bit about this place. It's really cold for once, and there's a lot of snow, and I just want to say that I'm not going to be doing any how to draw videos for this entire week, but we'll be back next week with some how to draw videos. And we did some sledding yesterday, in fact, because there was this huge hill right here, and then there's all the snow, and then for some reason there's so much lake here that the entire river is not frozen. It's not frozen, it's still going, and there's high tide, and if it was at low tide, you could probably see the rocks and very well, but I think I should better turn off the camera right now because it's getting really cold. And I'll be back with that other how to draw video, but you'll probably be seeing this in my next video, so see you then. Okay, so as you can see, that's my view from the beach house here, and I'm just going to reveal what I'm going to be doing today. It's a picture of the view that you just probably saw before, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to start coloring in this with my watercolors, and I got a new brush from there, and I think it was somewhere in Brunswick, and I'm just gonna start coloring in this area. Just gonna start coloring in this tree here as I talk to you a little bit about what I did in Brunswick, Maine. And okay, so I'm gonna start from Thursday. I believe we got there way earlier than that, but I'm looking back on my website where I posted a blog post on that subject, and I had no Wi-Fi in the very beginning of that vacation, so I couldn't exactly film or even write about anything there because there was zero Wi-Fi, and that was a little bit hard for me at that time. But I'm gonna start from Thursday, which was March 26th. We're nearing the end of March here, and I'm just gonna say what we did on March 26th. I went to Bath, Maine, and had a blast there. There's a very nice tea house there called Mustard Seed Bookstore, and hold on, I'm gonna get a little Kleenex and I'll be back. Okay, so just taking my brush here and just drying it a little with Kleenex, and I'll switch my brush actually to a larger brush. I got this in Brunswick too, and as I continue talking to you about what it's like in Bath, and if you want to see the photos, I will not unfortunately spice in that many photos in this whole video, but before we get started, I just want to say that this illustration was inked by a Pigma Micron Pigma Micron 03. Okay, let's get on with the show. I am just adding a little bit of green here for the grass, but when we got to Brunswick, it was actually not. As you can see, it was not grass, it was snow. It was completely covered in snow. Maine, as I heard from multiple people, Maine is not a place where you get much snow, and so I'm very lucky to get a lot of snow there. I'm very happy to see that, but I'm just gonna illustrate some grass here because that's what I saw in the past few years that I went to Brunswick, Maine. I actually made a trip last year as well. And yeah, Bath. There is a number of shops in Bath. as well as Mustard Seed Bookstore, which is the bookstore that I was talking to you about. It's a very nice bookstore, and a tea shop, and they let you actually pick out a teacup from that area. I'm gonna just dry my brush here. Okay, what we were talking about, Bath. And what else is in Bath? There's also another place called Island Treasure Toys where they sell Lego, and I went there. I didn't get any Lego because if you are a Lego fan, you will know that Lego is insanely expensive, so I didn't get any in Island Treasure Toys. And I think I'll move on to March 27th or 28th, is it? Because that's where I got my... Okay, so around that time, we went, the next day, I think it was, we went to Freeport, and I think some of you will know what Freeport is. Freeport is just a little town, around, I don't know, let me see, about 10 miles from Brunswick, according to my notes here. And forgive me, this is going to be a terribly boring video because I'm just talking to you about what I did in Brunswick. Alright, so we went to Freeport, and there's a number of places in Freeport as well, even more shops than Bath has. And I'm just going to dry my brush here and continue on with what I was talking about. We went to Freeport, and I believe there's this nice there's an LL Bean in Freeport. There's a Nike in Freeport. There is there's a lot of places there, and we I had a lot of fun in Freeport. I especially like this place called Sherman's, where there's a stationery store, and so I'm gonna stop periodically on what I'm talking about and just talk about what I'm drawing here. I'm gonna try to illustrate this entire illustration with watercolor, and forgive me if my head blocks in like that because the camera is a little bit high up, and it was kind of hard to not have a little bit of that there, and so forgive me if that head blocks. And recently I've been quite obsessed with watercolor. Actually, if you look back at my videos, most of my videos, starting from the mountain bike illustration, it was all watercolor. I colored it all with watercolor, and the reason why I like watercolor is that it spreads across really fast, and okay, so I'm gonna just take more blue. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to what I'm talking about. After we went to Freeport, I believe we went to this place called Great Wall Buffet, Super Great Wall Buffet. Sorry there. And we went, that's a buffet in South Portland in an outlet. I'm just gonna read the address here to you. 198 Maine Wall Road, South Portland, Maine 04106. And had a great time there. Staff is very nice, and yeah, and I'm gonna continue doing my watercolor here. Hopefully not to ruin the whole drawing. It's not quite looking at like watercolor at the moment. I'm gonna dry my brush once again and switch back to my old brush, my thin brush, and dip it in watercolor. And perhaps some brown, and I think that will be all for this area. But I just want to say that during Maine, I had a chance to actually try out Adobe Photoshop Sketch, a free app that I actually fell in love with immediately. I love that app. It is so awesome, and you can just sketch, and it's better than most digital sketches actually because you can put layers. I'm just gonna move because I don't want to have any shadow there. And I had it, and if you go to my blog, I actually did a nice illustration on on that, and which you can definitely check out. And yeah, I think that is all for this day. I'm gonna go to part 4. It's got really foggy, I believe, and I think I ruined my watercolor a little bit there. I'm going to switch to my other brush, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I took the chance there to do a little bit of watercolor for the trees, and I think now I'm going to continue on my black or gray watercolor here. As I continue talking to you about what I did, I think we'll move on to the next day, and this will be a big day for me. And I didn't go anywhere on the 31st, I believe. We've skipped all the way to that area. I didn't do anything because it rained, but I did get a chance. I'm just gonna dry my brush here and go in with some black again here, and I did get the chance to do a podcast, the very first podcast, and I'll definitely link to that in the description box below. And it is an audio only. Unfortunately, it's an audio only video. And I'm gonna do the sky here. Just wait a second. I'm gonna go back to my blue. Okay. And what was I talking about? Yes, podcast. I did my very first podcast about comics, and I think I will stick. My YouTube channel will sort of become I think more of a how to draw channel, and I'm not gonna be doing any more comics ones, because I think I will stick to that with podcasts. And I uploaded it onto YouTube, and I think I will continue doing that, because I think it was really fun to do podcasts. And I used the iMovie app. If you're wondering how I did that, I just recorded it with my phone. Okay, so I'm just gonna add some watercolor over there, go through here, and as I continue to talk to you about the podcast was really fun. I did a podcast titled How to Get Ideas, and as I said, I will definitely try to continue that series of podcasts. And I'm not gonna say when I'm gonna be doing it. I'm just gonna do it on random days. Just gonna try to get in some on this here. Okay, I'm gonna try to get in most of the sky done, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I think that brings us to the end of this video. I want to thank all of you for watching it. And if you liked this video, even though it was quite boring for some of you out there, I want to just say, like I do in all of my videos, please subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, and this is my Nick Curry series. I'll definitely put a link to that in the description box below, as well as my 2 other vlogs, including one called 10 Lessons I Have Learned in My Comics Career, and the other one called The Year in Review 2017. And I want to thank all of you for watching again. It really helps me to know. I really appreciate it when you subscribe or leave a nice comment in the comment section. And I will be back with another video next time.